What up, YouTube? It's me, Isaac, coming to you with another edition of my life. So, my mom made me a spam sandwich for breakfast, which is always good. I didn't used to like spam for about 10 years. Go check out the Why I Didn't Eat Spam video for, go check out my video, Why I Didn't Eat Spam for 10 years. But now I freaking love it. Which is really weird because I just remember one day, we all just, it was either mom or dad was making a can of spam, and we all got like super, super, super sick to our stomachs. And by that I mean, well, you can use your imaginations to figure out what I mean. We didn't eat spam for like 10 or 11 years after that. And now I'll eat it on sandwiches for breakfast if mom made it. Mm. Which she did. But yeah, that experience with spam back then was not good. We all got super sick to our stomachs. It was not a fun. That was not a fun night. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure it was Pat. I'm pretty sure. Well, at the time I wasn't sure, but now I'm pretty sure that can of spam had went bad. Not the not the spam I just ate, but the spam that got us all sick to our stomachs. It was not a fun time. And y'all should go check out my video of why I didn't eat spam for 10 years. It goes into more detail. But this video, besides the fact that mom brought me spam, or a spam sandwich rather, it's I was recording a video before mom even came in. So I'm a guitarist. And most guitarists know when their strings start to get, when their strings start to smell like garlic mixed with pennies, it means one of two things. Either you need to change your strings, or if you're a guitarist like me who will who will use every string until it actually snaps, you better watch out, because if you're playing as hard as I play and one of them and one of the strings just happens to snap in a really not good way, it could be really, really bad. Not that that's ever happened to me. Well, actually, I'd be lying if I said it hasn't happened, because of how much how often I play, and how oxidized my strings get before I decide to not put my guitar down, which I'm one of those guitarists that will play until every single one of their strings breaks off their guitars, which the only reason I'm that way is because, well, actually I had multiple guitar teachers, few on my mom's side, few on my dad's side, but my main guitar teacher, my Uncle Steve, may he rest in peace, he was the first one to hand me a guitar, which I can show you guys now. Let me grab her. Y'all just saw the back of her and her neck and stuff, but I really wish I could show off the front, although I could, but I'm in a really weird angle here, so that's the first. Actually, I might be able to show you. Here's what she looks like. Ignore the decal because that wasn't on there when I first got her. My brother's actually the one that got me the decal, which I won't show here because let's just say that decal was given to me because my brother thought it'd be funny, and it downright is. And the reason it's not on my door or on my wall is because when my brother gave me the decal, which, like I said, I will not show because I just won't show it. Unless it happened to show in the initial showing of my guitar's front, but I doubt it did because I wasn't pointing it downward. But if it did, it did. But the reason my decal is on my uncle's guitar is because we all thought my uncle would find that hilarious, which, knowing his sense of humor, he damn well would have thought that was funny as hell, which is why I decided to put the decal on it. And like I said, he taught me a lot, and this was actually the first guitar I ever played, which is another reason why I play with my with every string until every string snaps, and then I change my strings, because this guitar and I have bonded over the years, and let's just say when I was a kid, this guitar meant a lot to me, and she still means a lot to me. She'll always mean the world to me. She's the only guitar I'll play as long as she has strings. No matter how oxidized they are, I will always play her if she even has one string on her. But I also have I bought a starter Fender, which was on Amazon for, well, if you've seen those starter kits, those starter Fender kits on Amazon, you know how much they are. I'm not saying how much it was, but I bought a black one that looks like it's midnight blue, but she's all black. It looked like she was midnight blue when I bought her, but when she got to our house and I noticed the box, she's completely black. And that's really cool because from the Amazon listing, it looked like it was a midnight blue guitar with camo pegs on her, which would have been awesome. But the fact that my Fender is looks the way she does. I wish she was in my room right now, but actually, where the hell is that thing? She might be in the living room. I don't remember where I put her. But the two guitars that I absolutely love playing are my uncle's guitar. As long as she has strings, no matter how even if she's down to one string, I will still play her over any other guitar because of how much she means to me. And this guitar means absolutely everything to me. From the moment my uncle handed her to me at the age of just a week before my 8th birthday, I remember exactly when it was. And the reason I remember it is because we'd always go over to my grandma and my grandma's place, and my uncle lived with my grandma. And he'd just be sitting in his little corner of the living room playing. And from the time I was 6.5, I would actually wait. I think it was about exactly 2 years before he handed me the guitar. So I was like a week away from my 6th birthday when I started studying his finger placements. And I had been studying his finger placements for exactly 2 years. And he just handed her to me, and when he passed her over to me, there was I felt like I had this is really hard to talk about because of how much she means to me, and I know how much she meant to my uncle. He took really good care of this guitar. And he as I said, a week before my 8th birthday, he passed her over to me and said, "I've noticed you watching me for like the last 2 years, bud. Why don't you give it a try?" I hesitantly took her took took her into my hands, and immediately I felt an electric mentally, I immediately felt like this guitar was both mine and my uncle's at the same time. There was like, I don't even know how to describe it without getting all weepy and sappy about it, because of how much this guitar means to both me and my uncle, and I'm sure it means a lot to my mom, because her brother meant a lot to her, and that's actually an understatement. Her brother meant the world to us all, and I really miss him. And that's the reason why, even though my strings are oxidizing and I need to change them very, very, very badly, I will keep playing until until she has no strings on her, or until I get a set of strings and can change these. But like I said earlier, I'm one of those guitarists that will play no matter how many strings he has. And if that just means there's no strings on her and I'm just working on my fingering for a new song that I'm working on, I'll do it. although, like I said, I know I have my Fender, but that's just because I wanted to get a Fender for a long time. If my uncle's guitar has strings on her, I will play her, no matter what state those strings are in. Damn, I miss him. Give me a minute, because I just need to check something really quick. Or actually, I don't need to. I really want to. Holy crap, I can't even read the maker's mark on this thing anymore. That's weird. But then again, this guitar, I think my uncle had it for, oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's another maker's mark inside the sound hole. It is a J, it's a J, I can't really read through my strings, but I think it says J. Raymond on it, which I don't know if I'm reading that right, but that's just what it looks like through the sound hole. And there's other markings down under the sound hole, which, is that a model number? Wait, what the heck? Okay, that last line makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I think it says J. Raymond on it, which I never noticed before. J. Ray. Oh, it's J. Reynolds. I never noticed that before, and that must be the maker's mark up on the neck. But I never noticed that before, that there were two maker's marks on her. And I'm guessing that's what the other one in my closet is too, because they are virtually identical to each other. Minus the decal that my uncle's has, because, well, I explained that earlier. Burp. And yeah, like I said, as long as my uncle's guitar has strings on her, or even a single string, she's the guitar I will be playing. Even though I have a Fender, which is a great brand of guitar, don't get me wrong. Every guitarist wants a Fender, be it a starter kit Fender or one of those high price Fenders that are basically just wall hangers, in my opinion, because of how beautiful they are. Every guitarist knows the brand Fender Stratocaster, and those things are nice. I wish I had one of those. And everybody knows Martin guitars, which are very nice too. Not sure if I ever played a Martin guitar, but I know that I've definitely played this guitar sitting right in front of me. Damn. I hadn't picked up my guitar until today, when I noticed about 2 or 3 weeks ago that her strings were starting to oxidize, and she's just been propped up against my wall. And out of nowhere, I just got the musician's itch today, and I just decided to hell with it. I gotta play, so I just decided to pick her up, which is awesome. And at the same time, it is it's just a wild thing that I know the risk of playing with strings in the condition they are, but I just had to play because if I didn't, it would. Every guitarist knows about the musician's itch, or that's what my uncles called the urge to play, and it's just been a while since I've played, and I just decided, even with the strings in the way they are, which I know I really shouldn't play with them the way they are, because they are they really need to be changed. But I just couldn't resist. When I feel when I feel the urge to play, I gotta play, or else I won't be able to concentrate throughout the rest of the day, no matter what. If I don't at least pluck one string when I've got the itch, I will not be able to concentrate on anything at all throughout the day until I pluck that string. Now give me a second while I'm starting to get the itch again, so give me a second. Oh, that's a lot better. I might not be playing, but even plucking satisfies the urge for a little bit. And damn if that don't feel good. And damn if it doesn't feel good to be playing again, even with the strings in the condition they are. They still sound pretty good, although I do keep her sound hole pretty good. Oh, she sounds like the first day I played her almost. Although all guitarists have different ways of tuning their guitars, which I just tune mine by ear, and if I think she sounds good, she's up to playing standards. Unless your strings are like super loose, and thank God, her strings aren't any looser than they're supposed to be. I just haven't changed my strings in a while, which is why they are in the shape they're in. But damn if looking at this guitar does it bring back a lot of memories. I mean, I had a lot of good times playing this guitar growing up. And I remember after my uncle's passing, what my cousin said. We were having my uncle's celebration of life at my cousin's place. And my cousin called me into his music room where he kept his guitars. And he immediately handed me a guitar case that I recognized immediately. I look over at my mom. She looks between me and my cousin. She knew what was coming. And even I knew what was coming at the time. And I looked at my cousin and said, "Are you sure that you want to give me this?" He's like, Dad and I had a conversation before all this went down. He wanted you to have her. He knew you'd get the most use out of her. Which for 6 to 8 months after that, she just sat in my room because I couldn't bring myself to play because I was in a really, really not good state of mind at the time. That is until my uncle, my mom's other brother, sent me the song "Return to the House at Pooh Corner," which was the song that my uncle would always play. And that was the first song I played on her. If this video wasn't as long as it was, and I had what it took to play the song right now, I would. But y'all should go check out my video, Steve's Song, if you really want to hear me play Return to the House at Pooh Corner. I will say this, even though the song is not playing in the background, that is one of the best songs that I've ever heard. And do I wish I had the song playing in the background so I could play it for you guys right now? Yes. But as you can tell, I don't have the song playing in the background. Plus with her strings in the condition that they are, I'm not sure if I'd even be able to. I'm not sure if all 5 of her strings would last. Although, even though after I get off here, I might just have to start working on my fingering just to get rid of the itch, even though I already plucked the strings. But damn, it's just every time I look at this guitar, it brings me back to the first day that my uncle handed her to me. No matter how old I get, I'm 34 now. I've been playing for nearly 26 years. And I still feel that electricity shock through my entire body when my uncle first handed me this guitar. I don't think that feeling or the metaphorical endorphin rush, well, actually, it wasn't metaphorical at the time, but you know what I mean. I don't think that endorphin rush will ever go away. No matter how old I get, this guitar will mean the world to me. This guitar does mean the world to me. This guitar meant a lot to my mom's family, and I know a couple of my cousins, especially the one who said dad wanted you to have her, and his brother, all three of us learned on this guitar. So that's why this guitar means so much to me, and how I know this guitar, like I said earlier, I know this guitar means the world to my mom too. No matter how, I mean, just look at what plucking did. Just look at what plucking the strings did to my fingers. But I really don't give a damn. It just feels too good because every time every pluck I do, it just brings me back to that first day that he handed me the guitar. And this guitar means the world to me. If anything ever happened to it, I'd be devastated. Although I'm devastated when I can't play her because of the state of the strings, which right now the strings aren't unusable, but it's getting to that point that I really need to change them. And there's only like two brand. My brother who changes my strings says there isn't any difference between brands of strings, but to me there are only two brands of strings that sound perfect, and those are Fender strings and Martin strings. My brother says there's no difference between off-brand strings and name brand strings, but to me, I can tell a complete difference between off-brand and name brand strings. I can't explain how I can tell, but I can tell. Off-brand strings, there's off-brand strings just don't feel right, and brand name strings, be it Martin or Fender, feel the best to me and sound the best. And I believe that's just a state of mind of how I am, because I can't explain it without going into my mental state of, well, more in depth into my mental state of my bond with this guitar, or any of my guitars really. The reason my bond with this guitar is so strong is, like I said at the beginning of the guitar portion of this video, this was the first guitar that was ever handed to me, and that's just why I want to take good care of her. The guitar in my closet is actually just a project guitar that I'm working on, because every guitarist wants to find a guitar in the trash and fix her up. It's taken me nearly 6 years to get it done, and she's finally almost in playable condition. All she needs is all she needs is a new bridge put on her, and obviously she needs a few more pegs, and she needs to be restrung. But the biggest part of my project guitar now is just getting the bridge fixed, which I hope my brother can help me out with that part soon. I hope, if if not before the end of the year, sometime next year. But yeah, things are going good for me. I hope things are going good for you guys. And God, if I don't miss my uncle every freaking day. My God. I can't believe there was a time. I can't believe there was a time where I thought about hanging up my dreams of being a musician. That was those 6 months after my cousin gave me the guitar. I was in the mindset of, I lost my guitar teacher. What's the point of going on? What's the point of going on if I've lost my main motivation to learn? But yeah, like I said, thanks to my uncle, I was able to pull myself out of that space. And that was one, that was one hell of a dark 6 months. Thank God that's been years ago, and I don't have to go back there anymore, and I haven't given up on my dreams of being a musician, playing in Tennessee, specifically Nashville. I would love to do that one of these days. And if you know the most famous stage in Nashville, you know where I want to actually freaking play. But that's just a pipe dream. I don't think I'll ever get to the Opry stage. But if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'm just a musician living his best life. Missing my uncle more and more every day. I'm actually surprised I was able to go this long without crying because of how much, although just looking at this guitar keeps my emotions at bay, but it's really tough. Damn if I don't miss my uncle every freaking day. I know my mom does. And yeah, well, I'm gonna get off here and get back to playing. I really need to. I'm your host, Isaac Brummett. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment. Have a good day. I know I'll sure as hell try. Damn. This guitar just, it means the world to me. Always has, always will. Sorry for going on this long. But when I'm just talking music, I could go on for hours and hours and hours, especially if I'm talking about my favorite instrument that's just sitting literally right in front of me. And she does mean the world to me, as I've stated before. I'm your host, Isaac Brummett. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. I know I sure as hell will. Peace out, y'all.